Royals baseball on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Minneapolis. And a long, long road trip comes to an end today. It's day 11 and a final game of a 3-game series with the Minnesota Twins. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the ballpark with Rick Sudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre, and this road trip began with the Royals going 3-3 in New York and Chicago, but now they've lost the last 3, so they'll send their stopper to the mound, Danny Duffy, who's on an historic run over his last 6 road starts.
Yep, he's been a big pick-me-up on the road this year. There's no question about it. But when you see his name in there, the team comes to the ballpark thinking, all right, we got a chance. Duffy's very confident, especially in this ballpark. But the road, wow. Usually it's the other way around. Pitchers are more comfortable in their own confines. But Duffy, he's been a road warrior. No doubt about it. Let's see him get a win before they head home to a big series.
We'll talk Alex Gordon when we come back. He's had a nice run lately, and that coincides with Ned Yost moving him to the number 2 spot in the batting order. Road trip. How do you think even a veteran like Alex Gordon gets an emotional lift when the manager takes him from the bottom of the batting order and puts him at the top of the order?
Oh, absolutely. Even though he knows that he's a significant part of this Royals organization, still it's an extra bump. And the key to drive to success is going to show you. On this trip, he has gotten hot. I mean, to tell you, he's going to all fields. He's looking really good. He's showing some really good power in the gaps. But one of the things, he's driving the bus.
Today, he'll go up against one-time Royal Irvin Santana. Kauffman Stadium, and now the Twins are trying to return the favor 2 weeks later. Danny Duffy gets to start for the Royals today. Irvin Santana for the Twins. The lineups and the first pitch are coming up next. Lottery. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. So we wrap up the road trip today, and the Royals continue to score runs, just under 5 runs per game on the trip. They have hit 12 home runs in the 9 games, 10 stolen bases. The Royals continue to lead the league in that category since the All-Star break. But in 2 hitter-friendly ballparks, New York and Chicago, Royals have also given up some runs, 5.52 ERA and 12 home runs allowed. All that rain on Friday night. It was a cool day yesterday. 84 on our way to perhaps 90 and steamy in downtown Minneapolis. Here's the Royals batting order today against Irvin Santana. Adalberto Mondesi has a sore shoulder. He probably could have played yesterday, but Ned Yost wanted to give him some time. And then with the day game after the night game, wants to give him 2 games so that he's ready to go for the homestand beginning tomorrow night. So that's how the Royals are lined up against Irvin Santana. The Twins are hoping for a big season from him, but because of surgery on his finger during the offseason, he's only made 2 starts.
Yeah, it hasn't been exactly like he'd planned, but look, some things happen. He had a little scar tissue built up in that knuckle, the middle finger, and hang with him. He fixed it, but he's back. Slow start, kind of, it's going to take him some time to build up his arm strength, but in the meantime, Royals want to win. Hit the mistake. My key, be aware of that slider. Watch out. 48.4% of usage. It's a pretty good one when he's really working it, and he's got a good feel for it. But if he doesn't, he hangs it. Go ahead and take it deep. Defensively for the Twins, Robbie Grossman, a 28-year-old, is making his 35th start out in right field for the Twins. He has 2 outfield assists. Good athlete. In the infield, Miguel Sano. He's at first base. He made some nice plays at third base in this series, but he's at first base today for the 9th time. Big target at 6'4" to throw to.
There's our crew chief,
Bill Miller. He'll be calling the balls and strikes in his 20th year as a big league umpire, with Todd Tishner from Garden City, Kansas. He'll be at third. Alan Porter's at first. Nick Marley will be at second. Irvin Santana spent 2013 with the Royals and had a good year. Pitched over 200 innings, and his ERA was under 4. Then to the Braves, and this is the final year of a 4-year contract with the Twins.
Yeah, he's in his 13th season as a big leaguer. He's solid.
And I was thinking, as you were going over the Royals key, that really hasn't changed in his long career. Be aware of that slider. Strike one on Witt. He has hit in 5 straight and been running wild since the All-Star break. He has 6 stolen bases on this road trip alone. In the air to right center field. The ball will carry some today, and there's Grossman making the play. 1 down.
Irvin Santana, in his early days, his nickname was El Maneo. That means he's a shaker. When he walks, his head shakes, and he loves it. Fastball, slider, but mainly sliders. We talked about the opponent's just 5 for 11 on the 4-seamer this year, early in the small sample size, but makes a mistake, jump on it.
Check swing, foul by Alex Gordon. He had a base hit with a swing like that earlier in this series.
Not going quite as good today, but he might have another one of those. He hopes. Heck, those are hits. Those are golden line shot in the book the next day.
Alex has driven in 7 on this trip. 1 ball, 1 strike. And has more home runs and RBIs against the Twins than any other team. And another base hit. And one common thread with the way Alex has been swinging the bat on this trip, his ability to go up the middle into the opposite field.
I mean, that's right. We're talking about Alex going to the opposite field. He's doing a good job. He's loosened up his hands quite a bit. He's very relaxed. He's just taking his hands to the ball. He's not incorporating his legs and trying to overswing. He's just going to the ball. It's that simple, but sometimes it can be difficult.
So 1 on 1 out, and ball 1 to Salvador Perez. He had another home run here. That was on Friday. So he has 16 at Target Field, most for any opponent in the history of this ballpark. He has 4 home runs, 8 runs driven in on the trip. One ball, 1 strike.
So he gets on the team bus today, and as he walks down the aisle, he speaks, says hello, and I saw him and knuckle bumped him, and he said, "It's a good day to hit a homer." So we'll see. That's on his mind.
He has the highest slugging percentage here for any player. Visiting player, Twins player. He has played in exactly 60 games, and his slugging percentage is over 600. One and 2.
And you know, while I'm thinking about it, Ryan, in the morning and in baseball and in life, when you see people, it's good to walk not with your head down because you're not making eye contact. When you look at people in the eye and you speak to them, that really speaks volumes about who you are. And most of these ball players, almost all of them, are looking and saying good morning to everybody when they get on the bus. That's important.
Still 1 and 2. StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
Going to pull the ball on off-speed pitches a lot, but he's looking to jump. Ooh.
Salvi's got a problem with that, and can't blame him. If, in fact, we are going to use that strike zone, that was well inside. Salvi, now Ned Yost wants to know, was that a strike? And I'm sure Salvi will remind Bill Miller when he puts the gear on and says, hey, remember that pitch you called on me?
We'll take it too. Well, it is getaway day. Sometimes umpires on getaway day have pretty large strike zones.
Duda, he hits that well to deep left center field. Rosario turns around and watches it land in the Royals bullpen. Number 10 for Lucas Duda. And he's been driving in runs. That's 15 RBIs since the All-Star break.
Oh, opposite field to the deepest part of the yard here. Are you kidding? You got all that one. Ooh, 81. Looked like that could have been a changeup. And it just floated out there. Lots of times those changeups that don't hit their spot get hit. Great to see Monty was right in the pregame show. He was talking about getting Santana the mistake. Don't miss him. He's vulnerable to the home run ball. First inning. There you go.
Back to the middle. Polanco waits and throws out Herrera. Gordon singles with 1 out. Lucas Duda homers with 2 outs. And the Royals strike first today.
Pilot to Bombardier. Duda did it.
Duda home run. And now the Minnesota Twins lineup. They really had been struggling on offense for a little over a week. But in this series, they scored 6 runs in game 1, and they got 8 last night. And their drought followed a month of averaging about 6 runs per game. And now they face Danny Duffy, who has given up just 1 run in his last 6 road starts. 1 run.
He's been difficult to hit because he's got 3 excellent pitches, and to beat the Twins, stay on target with that 4-seam fastball. That 4-seamer sets up every other pitch, especially the curve that he's used more of this year. Opponents aren't doing anything hardly off that curveball. He's been incorporating it and really locating it. They're just hitting 140, no homers.
Robbie Grossman turns on one and pulls it foul. Grossman has been struggling lately, so Paul Molitor left him out of the lineup for the first 2 games of the series. 249 for the season, but just 167 over the last 2 weeks. Two and two.
Seems like you struggle more in this game than you going good. That's how hard it is. Like the heater, though, Duffy's using it. It's mid-90s, averaging about 93, but he'll top 96.
Got him with a breaking ball. That's been a big pitch for Duffy. Hardly threw that pitch at all the previous 3 seasons, but that's been his go-to pitch this year.
That's what's so important for that fastball. It sets him up. He's all over it. Forward around the horn. Royals defense. The Royals are +4 so far this season in defensive run save. That's good for 18th out of 30 teams. Now, the rookies are at the corners today, O'Hearn and Herrera. Let's see how they can do.
Eddie Rosario swings at the first pitch from Duffy. And last night against Bert Smith, he swung at the first pitch in his first at bat, and he homered, his 20th of the year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Twins hit 3 home runs last night, accounting for 5 of their 8 runs. 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Well, everything looks good on paper for Danny Duffy. 1 run in his last 38 road innings. He is one of the best all-time against the Twins and one of the best all-time in this ballpark. 2 up, 2 down. When you're talking about pitchers with at least 16 starts against the Minnesota Twins, Danny Duffy's on top of our Toyota leaderboard with a 2.21 ERA, and that includes this season just 2 runs in 20 innings. Now at Target Field specifically with 7 or more starts, he has the lowest ERA in that category.
Wow. It's dominant, just like Salvi's dominant with his bat here. And you take that going in, that's a big boost for confidence. Really works. But Duffy, he's got weapons. He's got 3 pitches that are all above average. And he has a timing mechanism that with his delivery that sometimes can even throw off their timing even more. And that's throwing all 3 pitches from the slide step. And pitching there is a good spot. Opens up the outer half for him. That's a very important pitch for not just him, but all guys, all pitchers trying to make a living. Got to loosen up those batters.
O'Hearn runs out of room. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jorge Polanco. Two balls, 2 strikes. Duffy extended that impressive road streak on Tuesday at the White Sox with 5 2/3 scoreless innings. And the fastball was his big pitch in that one. And that fastball is cranked deep and foul. He hit it all the way to Goose Island, wherever that is. Is that the first time you've ever seen someone hit a ball to Goose Island?
I believe so. Right to that gentleman right there, and he clanked it. No excuse either, sir.
Duffy really just overmatched the White Sox on Tuesday with his fastball. There's a changeup. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I am told Goose Island is in Chicago.
Okay.
Which adds to the distance of that foul ball.
Was a bomb.
Have you ever had a Goose Island frosty adult beverage?
Absolutely. That's a very goosey taste. It's pretty good. Getting to go all over the country. They all make their own product in that city, certain beers, and then
Herrera plays the ground ball from Polanco.
Ooh.
3 up, 3 down for Duffy in the bottom of the first inning.
Back in Minnesota, and Brett Phillips stepping in to face Irvin Santana. You'll see that he's got, as he steps out now, some glasses that he is wearing, and I talked to Brett about this morning, because if you watch him play day or night, he wears these glasses at the plate. You won't see him wearing glasses in the field unless it's his different sunglasses, which he had on the back of his head when he was out in the outfield last inning, with it being a little bit overcast. So talking to Brett about this, he said that he sees just fine. They are not prescription glasses. They're contrast glasses that are also made for Olympians that compete in different sports. And he said that he just has a little bit of contrast issues. He sees some things a little bit darker, and especially when you're getting into shadows. And so he tried them for one at bat when he was in Colorado Springs playing in AAA last year. They worked. And he tried it again, and it worked, and his coach said, why don't you wear them all the time? So it just helps him better at the plate. One other side note, HUD, I asked him about a nickname, because his middle name is Maverick, Brett Maverick Phillips.
Yep.
He said that his parents, his family, everybody calls him Mav or Maverick. So there you go.
right on. I like it. And you know what? If it's working in those glasses, stay with it. Why not? Player looks for any little thing that can help, any little edge.
Two pop-ups against Santana after Duda's two-run home run in the first inning.
And fans, as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the Hold True moment later in today's game.
Ryan O'Hearn with two down. He's playing at first base this afternoon. Fastball at 89.
Velocity down a tick, but it'll take a few starts to build up his arm strength.
Line and caught. See some nice plays during this series with a lot of fans bringing their gloves. There's three right there in the first row.
That kid, he's in the game. You make a play like that, you are in. Just because you're out doesn't mean you're not in. Good play.
Well, his dad made the play and gave him the ball.
Oh, sorry. I thought the kid, the left-hander, made it. All right, let's see. It happened pretty quick. Yeah, no, that's Dad. He had it all the way. Notice how he caught it out in front of him? That's how you catch a baseball. Don't let it play you.
1 ball, 2 strikes. It's been a long road trip for the Royals. 11 days, which included a rain out and a day-night doubleheader. A day off in Chicago, which made it a longer stay there. A long night on Friday with all the rain delays. But a trip that Ryan O'Hearn will never forget.
Indeed.
Getting a home run in his first big league game in Chicago. Probably doesn't feel as long for him.
No, but you know, he was telling me the other day that his family's all gone home, and he's kind of happy about that because he can get back to his routine and his focus, because when your family's in town and you're entertaining off the field lots of times.
Rosario goes to the track and makes the play. So the Royals get 2 in the first. Santana has a 1-2-3 second.
Game of 3, cheer on everyone's favorite Gold Glover, Alex Gordon, in his reserved fan section. Tickets are just $35 and include your seat in left field, a Gordo big head, and a premium Gordo Nation shirt. Don't miss a chance to cheer on Gordo every Thursday home game. Get your tickets now at royals.com/theme tickets.
Miguel Sano is playing at first base today. He's had a nice series at third in the first 2 games. Remember, we were talking about Joe Mauer's future in Minnesota. Will he come back? There's been some talk about Sano, a more permanent move from third base over to first.
Yep, that would be a good spot for him. 6'4", big target. He's got soft hands. We've seen that over at third.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Sano has a couple of RBIs in this series, giving him 31 against the Royals since the beginning of last year. He had a Twins record 23 RBIs against the Royals last year, and that's up the middle. So the Royals were shifted over to the left, but Sano gets it in between Merrifield and Escobar, and he's on to begin the second.
Fastball down. Good location.
Here's Logan Forsythe. And a base hit into right field. Forsythe took advantage of that hole on the right side. And the Twins have 2 on and nobody out. Forsythe has done well against Duffy. That's his 4th hit in 9 at-bats.
Yeah, right away, first ball swinging. Both hits on pitches that are in the low part of the zone. Nothing wrong with that. Just got to credit the hitters for being ready. Some quick hands.
Paul Molitor took a couple of left-hand batters out of the lineup with Danny Duffy on the mound, but Rosario's in there, Max Kepler, who's batting now, and Jake Cave. Outside to Kepler. He's the DH today. Bunting. And up the third base line and foul. Good choice by Herrera to be patient and let it spin foul. Here's one reason why Paul Molitor left Kepler in there. Our Kubota Power Stats. He's hitting over 340. And his OPS is over 1,100 in his last 12 games. He had one of the 3 home runs yesterday. 2-run shot against Bert Smith.
Oh, it's really awkward to see a designated hitter that's left-handed against Duffy. We'll see that very often. But Kepler, heck, he's hit 257 with 5 home runs off of lefties this year. That's way up from his normal mark. And he's only hit 229 off righties. Doesn't make sense. But he's been able to make the adjustment, keeping his shoulder, his right shoulder in, keeping it tucked and going to the opposite field.
2-2.
And Molitor threatened him early in the year that he was going to become a platoon player, hitting only right-handers only, if he didn't straighten up his left-handed batting average against lefties.
Well, he was 176 in his career before this year.
Yeah.
So he answered that challenge.
Sure did.
But interesting that he made such a dramatic improvement against lefties, and then he suffered against righties.
Yeah, and then, like I said, we talked about it in the series, how young he is, and he'll continue to make adjustments. But he's going to be an impact player for them for years to come.
Fastball got him swinging. That's Danny's 2nd strikeout.
Oof, the element of surprise. It's on you in a heartbeat. It looks good. And by the time you swing, you're like, have no chance at all to hit it. Maybe to foul it off at best.
Mitch Garver with 2 on and 1 out. Garver's back at the plate for the Twins today, in place of the veteran Bobby Wilson. Left field. Alex angles away from the sun. 2 outs. And there isn't much sun at the moment. Just a very thin layer above target field of cloud, so it's a bright day. But right now the fielders won't have any trouble with the ball in the sun.
No, great day to play ball. Like the heat.
2 down to Ere Adrianza, who plays for the first time in this series. Switch hitter. Inside edge, strike 1. One ball, one strike. Sano and Forsythe opened the inning with singles. And then Duffy struck out Kepler, got Garver on a routine fly ball to left. Royals lead 2-0 on a Lucas Duda first inning home run. 2 balls, 1 strike. Changeup. 3-1.
Typically 8-9 hitters, you want to go right after them. See if you can knock the bat out of their hand.
A walk. So they're loaded up for Jake Cave, a left-hand hitter. Adrianza has hit well against the Royals this year, so they may have been pitching him carefully, even though you wouldn't think of him as a threat. But now you have a lefty-lefty matchup for Duffy. Bases loaded, 2 down. Sliders up and away. Now Danny's showing some frustration. Fastball right by him. And that was just right down the middle. Yep. Nothing fancy with location there.
No, you got to challenge the guy, especially in this situation here. It's a big opportunity to get out of this jam that they got into.
Got that call on the breaking ball. When we were talking when Salvi took a called 3rd strike on a pitch that appeared to be out of the strike zone. I'll bet he reminded Bill Miller when he crouched behind the plate.
There it is. Oh, that's borderline. Could have went either way.
That went whistling into the Royals dugout. So remember, we were talking about this the other night, and there's not only one way to do it, but the old school way was if you're overmatching a guy with a fastball, you just keep throwing it. Now Danny's thrown a fastball by him, and then Cave was late on that one. So you would assume he's going to go back to that pitch. He does, and it's a little bit low. So now the runners will be going.
Yeah, good spot. That's right where you want to be. Low part of the zone.
Drilled to deep right field, and that is a grand slam. And Duffy is asking home plate umpire Bill Miller about the pitch before. Is he saying, was that down? So overmatched earlier in the at-bat with fastballs. He knew one was coming, and he hits a grand slam.
Yep, everything was just right. Duffy was trying to mix him. Big curve there, just wouldn't hit the spot, and that was the one. Right there, Duffy wanted to get out the inside at 95. Quick hands pulled him in, barreled it.
Now watch Duffy. He wants to know about the pitch before. Is that down? Grand slams have really hurt the Royals this year. That's the 9th grand slam hit against the Royals. That's the most in the major leagues.
Put a little dent in Duffy's ERA here at Target Field.
And against the Twins, and his recent road record. Two balls, two strikes. So Duffy had 19 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings on the road. He had allowed just one run over his last 38 2/3 innings on the road. And Jake Cave hits a 2-out grand slam. And now off of Duffy's glove, and he'll throw out Grossman to end the inning. Four runs with one swing. Escobar will lead off the third. If the Royals hit a triple in today's game, the Kansas City Honda dealers will make a $1,000 donation to the KC Urban Youth Academy. Twins in that inning got back-to-back singles, and then Duffy bounced back with a strikeout against Kepler. And then he got Garver on a flyout, so he was right on the edge of getting out of it. And then the walk to the number 8 hitter, Adrianza. And on 3-2, Jake Cave knew he was going to get a fastball. May have cheated a little on it. He had a line drive grand slam to right center field.
Yep, he definitely cheated on it. It was 95 in and down a little bit. But Adrianza, that was the one they wanted, the 8th hitter. But I mean, he had him struck out a couple times, didn't get the call. I know that's past now. We'll have to let it go.
Polanco throws out Escobar, one away.
Letting it go can be hard sometimes. Saw Duffy in the dugout there talking to Cal Eldred, saying that was a strike, but you know, it just now you got to move past it, refocus, see if the offense can get to Santana, and they can.
Witt flied out to right field in the first inning. 0-2. Irvin Santana is 35 years old. One and two. And you got to see him from the very beginning.
Yes, he was a young Angel pitcher, and you know, just to watch him evolve, he's really been almost the same guy. He's minus a little velocity, but better mound presence and control. Better control, better breathing technique, real calm. He understands that he has to have the same face the whole time hitters are watching him, no matter whether he's doing good or bad.
That's what I remember about a young Irvin Santana. You could see on the outside what he was feeling on the inside.
And that's typical, because you're new in the game, and the emotions are the toughest thing to be able to hide.
Off the end of the bat, and that will drop. So Witt is on with one out, and we go to Joel.
Guys, I had a chance to talk to Alex Gordon this morning about batting in the 2-hole, and kind of asked him when he felt like he was starting to feel more comfortable. And he said after the All-Star break, even if the numbers didn't show it, he just said he came back feeling really rejuvenated. He moved into the 2-hole at the start of the White Sox series, but has been hitting for longer than that. 393 over his last 8 games. If he add in his first at bat today, that's 414. So he's really gotten on a roll, but he said about the 2-hole and batting there's a huge advantage and a reason he loves it. He gets to hit after Witt and in front of Salvi.
And just to add to Joel's point, you know, the number 2 spot traditionally was for a hitter that could hit a ground ball through the hole on the right side, right-handed or left-handed. And especially with a runner on right now, first baseman's holding the runner, and before the shifts, the second baseman is not where Forsyth is now. He would be much closer to the middle in so-called double play depth. So if a left-hand batter could roll one to the right side at will, or a right-hand batter could shoot one the other way, that's who you wanted as a number 2 hitter. But those rules have changed with all the shifts.
Yep, calculated risk. Now, if Alex does hit a ball to Polanco, the shortstop, to his right, and that leaves a long way for Forsyth to go to get a double play. So that's what they're planning on not happening. They're taking a chance on that. But I still think hitting in the first inning is much more popular than hitting in the third inning. And that's one of the things that Alex loves. He's getting ready for it, and he's producing. And when you produce, it's a good groove, it's a good feel.
You're talking about staying loose at the plate, and he has that new setup, which is designed to keep his wrists and his forearms and his shoulders loose.
Yeah, you can tell.
And Alex is on with a walk. So the Royals have 2 on with 1 out. That's Santana's first walk. And brings up Salvador Perez, who was called out on strikes on a pitch that did not appear to be a strike.
Alex, he's the trail runner behind Merrifield. If Merrifield steals, he wants to go with him. He's keeping his eye on it. Salvador in this at-bat here would like to think right field. That'll keep him from rolling over on a slider to the shortstop and doubling up. Merrifield, he might steal. If he did, it would be a good thing. Nope.
1-1. Twins are well aware of Witt's aggressiveness at second base, trying to keep him close.
You can just get a lot bigger lead. A little bit easier to steal third base than it is second.
Two and one.
And what's good too is Merrifield, he's inside the line. He's right lined up at third base. He's not in back of the base, so we'd have to run it. It's essentially a step further, but watch him. He gets in there in that line. See, straight line, the second base to third base. It's a direct shot.
Three balls, one strike.
And it appears that Irvin's a little bit distracted by the possibility of Merrifield running. And that's good for Salvi. I doubt he'll give him one on a platter here, 3-1, but the way Salvi hits homers in this ballpark, good opportunity.
Line foul. Everybody all right down there?
They're all good. It looked like it could have been a coconut shot.
Out over the plate. The wind is blowing in from right. Grossman makes the play. Doesn't make a very good throw back to the infield, so it's an easy advance for Witt. And now first and third with two down. Santana's lucky that Salvi didn't do more with that pitch. Lucas Duda hit a two-run home run in the first inning.
It was a beauty. That ball just sailed. You could tell it was well struck. 104 exit velo, plenty of distance. Lean right into it.
So Lucas hasn't necessarily been piling up the hits since the All-Star break, but he has the RBIs. 15 RBIs since the break. And he continues to be a very productive first inning hitter. 2 balls, no strikes.
Not only that, but he's playing one heck of a first base too, saving a lot of runs and a lot of pitches just with his glove.
Good take. Santana went with a changeup down and away that caught the strike zone. 2-1. Almost got him on the knee. 15 RBIs since the All-Star break, by the way. That's tied for 5th most in the major leagues.
It's producing.
One of the most productive hitters since the break.
Yeah, and, you know, staying in the middle of the ball, in the middle of the field, that's so important when it comes to run producing. Having a good number with a runner in scoring position. It's 250 today.
Three and 2. Mosel Herrera is on deck. Alex Gordon will be running from first. And Duda strikes out, so Santana gets him this time with a slider. And the Royals leave 2 in the top of the third. slam. Bottom of the third in Minneapolis. Refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com/saves to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save. Eddie Rosario leads off the bottom of the third. Bunts, but he bunts it hard, and Witt scoops over to first. One pitch, one out.
A good idea, but you want the first baseman to field it. You want him to come off the base so that it leaves the base vacated and you can beat the pitcher over there. Whitley was on it. He saw it. Good play. You can peek a little bit. You watch the mannerisms of the hitter. You sense that coming.
And now strike to Polanco, and I would think even more so when you're talking about a team in your division. You see that team so many times in one season.
Yep.
That'll be back into the crowd. Polanco rolled out to Herrera in the first inning. Rosell is playing at third today. Breaking ball stayed up, and Polanco is all over it. He has a one-out single.
Yeah, see how that ball, it started up the top of the arc of that ball, of the little tracer there, was eye high. That's when the hitter can know it's going to hang and get it.
Sano grounded one into center field in the second inning and scored with Forsythe and Adrianza on the grand slam. 0-1. Off speed again. No balls, two strikes. Fastball away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Polanco at first base. He's 3 out of 4 in steals. I don't know if I'd steal with Sano hitting though.
There he goes. From his knees, and the throw is late and a little bit offline.
Okay, got it on the jump. Making 4 out of 5. Excellent jump. First movement, Duffy lifted up his foot. Would have had him if it was perfect, but it's on the third base side of the bag.
So 2 down to Forsythe with a runner in scoring position. Fastball at 95 for a strike. Forsythe singled to right and scored on the grand slam last inning. Curveball's in there. 0-2. Long run, O'Hearn. He's got it.
That was a beauty. Forsythe is saying, what? Come on, Duffy's saying, wow. Look at this out of nowhere. Sweet catch.
$5 ticket for the Sunday, August 26th game against the Indians. For more information, visit Royals.com/ballpark deal. Sunday, August 26th. Herrera, Phillips, and Bonifacio in the 4th inning. Rosell pulls it just foul outside of first. He grounded out to short in the 1st inning. Shallow center field, and that's down. So Herrera stayed back on an off-speed pitch, and he has a leadoff single.
Mo Lottery replay shows him just trying to touch it out there, just like he did. Slider stayed up.
Herrera has stolen just one since becoming a Royal. Brett Phillips popped out to the shortstop Polanco in the 2nd inning. Good rip. 0-1. Royals fans will get a chance to see Brett Phillips in person for the first time tomorrow night. Royals open a 10-game, 11-day homestand right after a 10-game, 11-day road trip.
Oh, can't wait. And he can't either. I guarantee you, he can't wait to patrol all that area out at the K in center field.
Oh, 0-2. Santana struck out Duda with a good slider in the 3rd inning, but and it's still early, but his slider doesn't have the same bite.
No. It's not, it doesn't have as much depth either.
Fastball up, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Took him a lot longer to come back from that finger surgery than he and the Twins anticipated. He missed almost 4 months 4 months of the regular season, that is. He missed time during the offseason as he was recovering from surgery on the right middle finger. He had a couple of setbacks in his recovery. Twins thought they'd have him before the end of July. It's been kind of a roller coaster ride for Urban Santana. He got that 4-year contract, and then he was a big disappointment the first year. He got suspended for half the year, and the Twins just missed the playoffs. And then he picked it up the last 2 years. He was an all-star last season, and his 3.32 ERA was 7th best in the major leagues over 16 and 17. That's his 3rd strikeout. And then this year, with the Twins coming off a wild card, they were hoping to improve even more, and now he missed the first 4 months.
Yep, scar tissue on that knuckle is what it was. It's built up. It wasn't like any incident that happened, any accident. This was feeling some pain in there, and it was restricting. Couldn't feel his feel.
Bonifacio pops it up. Adrianza wants it. He's got it. 2 down. Bonifacio has popped up to Adrianza twice today. And now Santana will get Ryan O'Hearn, who took him to the warning track in left field in the 2nd. Hard hit, and Sano got a glove on it, and then it's an easy play back to the bag. So O'Hearn is a tough luck 0 for 2 today against Santana. Minnesota leads 4-2. For Minnesota. Here's our sprint trivia question. Danny Duffy is one of 4 Royals pitchers all time with 5 or more consecutive 100 strikeout seasons. Name the other 3. 4 Royals pitchers have 5 or more consecutive 100 strikeout seasons. Name the other 3. One on Max Kepler. Duffy struck him out in the 2nd inning.
How about the late, great Paul Splittorff?
Most wins in Royals history. Deep left center field. Phillips with Gordon going back, and that's going to bounce over the wall for a double. So we were talking about how Paul Molitor took a couple of left-hand bats out of the lineup with Duffy on the mound today. Well, one lefty has a grand slam, Jake Cave, and now Kepler has an opposite field double.
Phillips playing a Kepler slight pull, so he had a long way to go. Now the ball stayed up in the air a long time. You can see he got up underneath it, but just hit it deep enough and in the right spot. There's no chance for either one of them.
Ball one to Mitch Garver. He flied out to left field in the second inning. So Paul Splittorff, Mark Gubaza.
Okay. Saberhagen pitched that many years?
I was thinking him. I think so, but I think he may have had an injury in there that may have prevented him from that, but let's write him down.
How about Hochevar? He have a run like that?
I don't think so. Kevin Apier.
Okay.
Which one do you want to start with?
I think Apier probably.
Kevin Apier. Correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
Salvi wants to know where that pitch is. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two more.
If Split was the all-time wins, he had to have some strikeouts.
O'Hearn goes into foul ground. 1 away. Paul Splittorff. Strike 1.
Sorry.
What about Gooby?
Try him.
Mark Gubaza. Strike 2. We're talking about 100 strikeout seasons. It's not a big number. It's not like we're talking about 200 strikeout seasons. Well, we got other Hall of Famers. We have Dennis Leonard, Larry Gura.
Consecutive, yeah.
Now, Leo has the record for complete games.
Okay.
So that's a lot of innings.
Go with him.
0-2 on Adrianza. Dennis Leonard. Correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
1 to go,
Okay.
1 strike.
Good call.
Adrianza was a key matchup for Duffy in the second inning. Duffy walked him. And then Jake Cave came to the plate. Got ahead in the count. Eventually 3-2. And then he hit the grand slam. Back through the middle. And Adrianza hurts the Royals again. Phillips comes up firing, but it's late, and now Adrianza goes to second on the throw home, and it really didn't look like there was any shot to get Kepler. And so Adrianza gets an RBI and then moves up 90 feet on the throw home.
Yeah, you know what? Phillips, he's got a great arm. There's no doubt about it, but the ball took a long time to get to him. Kepler runs well, hit the cutoff man, and you got another out right there. And if you want to try to keep the double play in order, but Adrianza was already committed to second. They would have gotten him.
So 5-2 Minnesota. Adrianza has scored a run. Now he's driven in a run, and he's on for Jake Cave, who hit a grand slam to right center field with 2 outs in the second inning. 1-2. What do you think about Larry Gura?
It's possible. How many years was Hoach a starter?
Two and two. Well, let's see. He moved to the bullpen in full time in 13. This time Duffy gets Jake Cave. 2 down. Duffy has struck out 4. Let's see, first overall pick in 06. He got to the big leagues in 7. And so 8 through 12 would have been 5 years.
Consecutive, or excuse me, more than 5 consecutive years. Is that what it is?
5 or more.
5 or more. 100 strikeouts.
That's drilled to the gap, and Robbie Grossman is going to drive in Adrianza. And Minnesota leads 6-2. They've scored at least 6 runs in each of the 3 games of the series.
He was waiting for it. It was one of those backdoor, wanted to be breaking balls, but it ended up in the middle. Right there. Elevated. Grossman coming in a 283 hitter against lefties. He was waiting for it.
Danny Duffy began today with a 1-2-3 first inning. So he had given up 1 run in his last 38 2/3 innings on the road. And now the Twins scored 4 in the second and 2 more in the fourth. Rosario pops it up into left center field, and Phillips makes the play. Adrianza drives in a run. Grossman drives in a run, and at the end of 4, the Royals trail by 4.
Target field. Save big with the new Turn 2 offer. Get $10 off each ticket for any upcoming match up with the Cubs or Cardinals when you pair it with a $10 ticket for any additional future Royals home game. Learn more at royals.com/turn2. That's royals.com/turn2. Glad you folks made the trip.
Irvin Santana has a 4-run lead. He'll get Escobar, Merrifield, and Gordon in the 5th inning. One and one on Esky. He rolled out to his counterpart, Polanco, at shortstop. That was leading off the 3rd. And a base hit into left field. Esky is on to begin the 5th.
The slider. There's one that hung. Just a little bit of a pause in the swing. Once you see it, you have to pause yourself. If you're looking for the fastball, keep the hands back. You got a chance to strike it.
Foul off the left field line. Witt is 1 for 2 today. Pulled foul again. Witt has, looks like some sort of a patch on the back of his neck. Remember yesterday he took a swing and appeared to tweak something in his neck or his upper back.
Yep. That's some kind of a tape that helps the structure of the muscles or something like that. It's a long tape. You see it a lot. Thankfully, we don't have to use that anymore. Stuff like that, but that's new technology.
It's also a mobile device. You can make a phone call with that tape.
Yeah, he's got to make sure it's around his
get Wi-Fi on it.
Yeah, it's around the throat area that he can talk through it. Look at the line drive rate, though. He's on the ball. There's no doubt. Uses the whole field. Second best behind Joey Votto. Looking to get back in this game, hit a little gapper. See if Esky can bring it home from first.
Jammed him. Shallow center field, and that's down.
Gosh, second doinker of the day for Whitley. He's going good.
And with that high line drive rate that he has, he rarely gets jammed like that.
Got a little something going, though, but see how he's able to keep his hands inside of that baseball and uses the middle of the field.
So he has 2 more hits today. 127 on the year.
2-hit win. Back at it.
That's the 36th multi-hit game for Witt this year. The American League leader is J.D. Martinez. He has 43 for the Red Sox. 2 on for Alex Gordon. One ball, 1 strike. Alex singled to center and scored in the first inning on Duda's home run. He also has a walk today. Gabriel Moya Warms up behind Santana. Santana went 88 pitches in his last start on Monday, and now he's at 74 with 2 on, nobody out in the 5th. That's a base hit to right field. Escobar rounds third, and he will score. Merrifield stops at second, and Alex Gordon has another hit and another RBI.
It's what they got to do to get back into this one. Just peck away. Good stroke. Hard pull shot. I didn't think Grossman, that's another, looks like another changeup. Grossman, the right fielder, was not going to throw all the way home. He had no chance. I thought he might throw back to try to get Whitley going to third, but over through the cutoff man. But Whitley, he's okay where he is. There's no need to try to get into third base. He's already in a scoring position. There's nobody out.
Garvin Alston, the pitching coach, first-year pitching coach, is out to chat with Santana. Royals have 7 hits against Santana, and he's walked a batter, so they have 8 base runners in essentially 4+ innings because Santana does not have an out here in the 5th. And now the tying runs at the plate with nobody out. Salvador Perez.
Meat of the order. Here it comes. See if they can get into the pin.
Salvi took a called third strike in the first inning and flied out to right in the third. He has Merrifield at second, Gordon at first, nobody out. That is drilled to left field. He hit it down around the end of the bat. So Rosario makes the play. One down.
Just like we promised, it's time for the Miller Hold True moment. Lucas Duda got the Royals on the board early. That ball was well struck. First inning, his 10th home run of the seasons, and the 40th and 41st RBIs. That ball was not walking.
And with that, Paul Molitor decides it's time to make a pitching change. So Santana really wasn't sharp today, but he's still on his way back. That was just his 3rd start of the season. And Molitor sets up the lefty-lefty with Gabriel Moya and a Chevy call to the bullpen. On 1 out. Lucas Duda coming up. Fox Sports Kansas City, KJO 105.5 and Suddenlink are bringing St. Joe's best fans to Kauffman Stadium on the raised Royal Fan Express coming up on August 11th. It'll be the Royals and the Cardinals. For more information, go to royals.com/Fan Express. Gabriel Moya comes on to face Lucas Duda. We saw Moya Friday night, and the Royals scored 2 runs against him in an inning and 2/3, and that included a sacrifice fly by Lucas Duda.
Yep, not an overpowering lefty. He's young, just a 23-year-old, but he's got a herky-jerky motion. You know that a lot of that stuff is trickery to hide the ball. Fastball, slider, change. 88, 92 maybe. Not overpowering. Wait for something.
1 ball, 1 strike. He inherits Merrifield at second and Gordon at first. Alex has driven in a run with a single in this inning, getting Escobar to the plate. Two and 1. Just enough wrinkle on that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yep, might want to shorten up a little bit. Duda hitting just 186 off of southpaws. 250 average with a runner in scoring position. Shorten up, see if you can knock it in. Don't try to pull it. Big hole at shortstop.
Out of play. Lucas has 8 RBIs on this trip and 15 since the break, and he's in the top 5 in the major leagues in RBI since the All-Star break. One of several Royals who truly did hit the reset button during the All-Star break. Fastball. So he had him thinking off speed, and Moya gets a strikeout for out number 2.
Lucas liked to have that one back anyway, just to maybe foul it off to stay alive, but good spot.
Here's Rosel Herrera from the right side. He was 1 for 2 batting left-handed against Santana. Changeup is down and away. High in the air to left field. And Rosario makes the play. So the Royals get 1. But Santana and Moya hold the Royals to 1 in the 5th. And now it's 6-3. Kansas City is brought to you by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Find yours at your Kansas City area Chevy dealers. I believe that is Lake Calhoun, Bud. You've probably gone running around Lake Calhoun before.
Oh, you know it.
A windy day on Lake Calhoun. Polanco, Sano, and Forsyth coming up. Minnesota has 6 runs, 7 hits against Danny Duffy in 4 innings. And Polanco gets jammed. O'Hearn, who's already made a nice play in foul territory. That was more routine. And there is one away. All right, we're down to our last answer. Danny Duffy is one of 4 pitchers all time with 5 consecutive 100 or more strikeout seasons. Name the other 3. We have Kevin Appier. And we have Dennis Leonard. And the only 2 Royals Hall of Fame pitchers remaining that were starters, Larry Gura, who pitched at least 10 years with the Royals, and Brett Saberhagen.
Saberhagen had some injuries periodically, didn't he? Like, might have messed up his consecutive 5 seasons, but go with who you want. Bring us home.
He had more strikeouts total, but yeah.
I think
what does your instinct tell you?
You should bring us home, is what my instincts tell me. Bring us home.
Larry Gura. Strike 3.
It's a good try. I talked you out of it.
I don't know. I kind of set you up with it. I thought there was a season in there where
we had it.
It was shortened by injury. Sano is down on strikes. That's the second time Danny has struck him out.
Ooh, man, just reared up. Dead red right down the middle.
Sometimes, just like on the field playing the game, in answering trivia, you can overthink things.
Yep. I mean, Saberhagen was one of your first guys you picked.
Right away. All right, well, I really whiffed on Larry Gura. He only had 1 100 strikeout season.
It's okay.
You talk about a contact pitcher. I mean, I knew he wasn't Randy Johnson.
So
1 year, Larry Gura pitched 233 innings and struck out 85.
Wow. Yeah, he's contact pitcher.
Yeah.
He's happy you brought his name up, though.
Duffy has struck out 6. Minnesota leads by 3. That is Jose Ramirez with his 33rd home run. Jose Ramirez tying JD Martinez for the Major League lead. And he's also tied for the league lead in stolen bases.
Amazing.
He's got a chance at a 40-40 season this year.
Sure does. He stays healthy, he'll get it. Stays on that type of home run pace. That's amazing. He's a bundle of dynamite. Hustles all the time, like his game.
Brett Phillips leads off the 6th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Our Sonic Slam inning contestant is Mike Hooper from Smithville. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Mike wins $400. A grand slam, which the Twins have today, and it's $25 grand from Sonic and the Royals. Pulled foul. Hud, 3 years ago, what would you have me tested for if I said in 2018 Jose Ramirez is going to challenge for a 40-40 season?
Ooh.
Well, don't answer that question.
Yeah, wow.
But I think you get the point.
Well, you know, that certainly would raise some suspicions. I mean, he's not a big guy at all, but it's all about bat speed. Gabriel Moya was able to dispatch Phillips no problem. Fastball on the black.
So he's come on and he's faced 3 and struck out 2. Both left-hand batters. Here's Bonifacio, who has swung at the first pitch in his first 2 at-bats and popped out to third both times. And now a changeup is up and away. I did a little research, and Brett Saberhagen, I remember and just hearing about him. And the year after the Royals won the World Series, he had an off year. Caught at third, so Bonifacio just can't get it past Adrianza, and there are 2 down. He went 20-6 the year the Royals won the World Series, and then he had an off year the next year and missed some time and had 112 strikeouts.
Wow.
So I was on to something, but
Yeah.
not good enough for the trivia question.
Yeah, but
I let us down.
No, no, no.
I'm going to go home. See you later.
No, no, no. I helped you. We're partners. But we'll move on. Truck's been getting us on the road.
Ryan O'Hearn is 0 for 2, but he is lined to the warning track in left field and hit a shot on 1 hop to Sano at first base. And now chop to Sano, who backhands and gets it to Moya, and that's that for the Royals. 1-2-3 in the 6th.
Goldberg with our minor league spotlight. Takes a look at Samir Dueñas over his last 9 games, hitting .455. Here's a kid that signed out of Venezuela in 2012 as a 16-year-old. He turned 22 in June, was the Wilmington Player of the Year back in 2016, Surprise Player of the Year as a rookie in 2013. First baseman, you look at the line of first basemen in the minor leagues that could have a future here, from O'Hearn to Frank Schwindel to Samir Dueñas down to Nick Prado. They've got that position pretty well covered.
With some big shoes to fill.
That's right.
Kepler, Garver, and Adrianza in the bottom of the 6th inning. The big hit today, Minnesota's number 9 hitter and left-hand hitter, Jake Cave, who had really been slumping. He hit a grand slam in the 2nd inning. 2-1 on Kepler. Jake Cave had been 8 for his last 42. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's under 200 with a lot of strikeouts. There's Tim Hill warming up in the Royals bullpen with Duffy approaching 100 pitches. And that's the 2nd hit for Kepler today, both to the opposite field. And he's on to begin the bottom of the 6th.
Yep. That's just what he's done the best this year. That's hitting off a lefty. And look at that, keeping that shoulder in really has helped him. He's just going the other way and not trying to pull. That's the whole key. You're going to be successful. Batting left against the left.
This is Mitch Garver, 0 for 2. Good changeup down. On the ground to Escobar, out at 2nd. And the Royals turn a double play. And the Twins don't ground into a lot of double plays. I've been telling you all series that they're one of the best in the league hitting with runners in scoring position. And tied into that, they've hit into the 2nd fewest double plays in the league.
Yeah, perfect pitch for it. Right down and away. Great turn routine, but good quick hands around the diamond.
How many times in the first half did the Royals have a rally die because of a double play?
That was one of the big problems. They weren't scoring any runs. Their inning was over before it even got started. Frustrating for Terry Bradshaw, but the guys started keeping their hands inside the ball in those situations, using the other field, which didn't allow them to roll their hands over and pull it.
Air Adrianza has walked and scored, singled and scored, and he has an RBI. He's a part-time player and was 0 for his last 14 before today. And when you're a part-time player, 0 for your last 14, that takes you back a while. He hadn't had a hit since July 14th. Ooh. That's hit hard, and Phillips is there. So Duffy is set down. 6 of the last 7, but the Royals trail 6-3 to the 7th. T-Mobile. Jake Cave, struggling Jake Cave. And with Byron Buxton struggling and injured down in the minor leagues, he's gotten a chance in center field. And Paul Molitor left him in there against Duffy. Left him in the starting lineup, that is. And that paid off with a grand slam. Minnesota leads 6-3 to the top of the 7th inning. Trevor Hildenberger will get Escobar, Merrifield, and Gordon.
Hildenberger, he's got an 88 to 94 mile hour sinking fastball, slider, changeup. A couple different arm angles he'll use. Be alive. 6'3", 220, big guy. Deceptive. Just the second home run that Cave hit off of Duffy that Duffy's given up to a left-handed batter all year. Didn't see it coming.
This is the 3rd time that Escobar has led off. The Twins pitchers have gotten O'Hearn to make the final out in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th innings, although Ryan has swung the bat well today. Adrianza has it go off of his glove, and Escobar is going to dig for second, and he's in there after Rosario whiffed trying to pick it up with his bare hand. I don't think he would have gotten Esky anyway. So Escobar, who was led off 3 times today, has reached on 2 of those occasions. That's a double.
Yeah, leg double. He earned it. Stayed with it, went down. Watch it a minute. He got hit to first base. Now he's going to see it go through there. He hits the back, looks again real quick, says, all right, I can do it. Slowed it down just enough.
Hey, you got me thinking, Hud. Here's Witt. Outside for ball 1. Witt has 2 hits today. And you're talking about the Jake Cave grand slam that just kind of came out of nowhere.
Right.
Remember 2 starts ago, Jose Iglesias hit that 3-run home run against Duffy when he was facing the Tigers. Remember, that kind of came out of nowhere. Number 8 hitter.
Yeah. I mean, it was no doubter.
Yeah. There are hitters that are identified before a series begins, and the plan is don't let these guys be in a position to beat us. That's hit well, left center field. Rosario with a long run back, still back, gone. Whit Merrifield has a 3-hit game. That's a 2-run home run. And now the Royals are down by 1 in the 7th inning.
Outstanding job of catching the back underside in the biggest part of the yard. Once again, Whitley hitting a sky shot for his 7th. 36th and 37th ribbies. 89, little wrinkle on it. Whitley says, look at this follow through. 2 hands. That's a perfect swing. Escobar, he's reading it. Look at Esky. He's saying that's out of here. There's no chance. Now the hottest hitter right now on the Royals is Alex Gordon stepping in. Great swing, though.
Hildenberger had Alex reaching. Alex has been on base 3 times today, and now he's out for the first time. 1 away in the 7th.
That's Whitley's just his 2nd home run against the righty. All the other ones are coming against the lefties.
So the Royals led 2-0. Minnesota led 6-2. And now the Royals have scored the last 3. Salvador Perez with 1 out. That's inside for ball 1.
staying right in there with that run production on the road. Scoring runs.
Polanco deep short, has time and gets it to Sano in time. 2 away.
Help us celebrate the Royals' first World Series title with the 1985 World Series Champions replica trophy giveaway presented by Old Dominion. The first 15,000 fans through the gate Saturday will receive the replica trophy before watching the Royals host the Cardinals at 6:15. Visit Royals.com to purchase your tickets. That's 6:15 p.m. by the way.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, don't show up that early. No one will be there. AM.
Lucas Duda has hit one of the 2 home runs today. And hit it to the same spot as Merrifield's home run, but for Duda, that's to the opposite field. 0-2. And Lucas is down on strikes, but the Royals get 2 on Whit Merrifield's home run, and they are down by 1. It's Sunday. It is the 7th inning stretch, and we will stay here at Target Field for God Bless America. And today it's pronounced or performed by the Fody family. That is Rob Fornacier. He retired after 33 seasons at the University of Minnesota. as the assistant coach, and I got a chance to be down in the field with at least 30 of Rob's former players.
Outstanding.
Yep.
And so he goes further back than just college, right?
Yep. Well, no. Well, he's the one that came and saw me play. The head coach at Minnesota, John Anderson, is still there, all-time winningest coach in Big Ten history. But a lot of times it's the assistant coach that does the recruiting and goes out and finds the players and makes the recommendations. And back in the spring of 1989, as fate would have it, the University of Minnesota was in Southern California on their spring trip to play UCLA and USC and Pepperdine and Irvine.
Yeah.
And he came and watched me play one game and recommended to John Anderson that they should offer me a recruiting visit. I had no strong intentions of leaving Southern California to go to Minnesota, but I thought, I'll take the trip. When am I ever going to go to Minnesota in my life? So I'll take the trip, have a good time. And I often wonder, where would I be today if I didn't take them up on that offer? So that was a special day.
I know it was, man. I'm glad you got to experience it.
Tim Hill, good start for him. He got Jake Cave, who hit the grand slam against Duffy back in the second inning. And now he'll get Robbie Grossman. The Twins got 6 runs, 8 hits against Duffy, putting an end to his historic run on the road. But the Royals are down by 1 in the 7th. And now it's 0-1 against Grossman.
Hill has a hard fastball, a little bit of sink to it, slider, changeup.
That's Grossman's second hit. He has driven in one of the 6 Minnesota runs. In fact, his RBI right now is the difference. He is on with 1 out.
Swinging a good bat, but he's not missing the mistakes. The ones out over the middle of the plate, like the breaking ball that he hit off the wall for the double his last at bat. And I saw him come out of the box a little gingerly, and I wasn't sure if there was any kind of something going on, but apparently there is. He normally has a little bit more giddy up.
Molitor has Joe Mauer, Logan Morrison, and Bobby Wilson on his bench, and it'll be Morrison. So for now, he'll take over as the right fielder, but Paul Molitor can certainly move some players around. Logan does have experience, quite a bit of experience in the big leagues, playing the outfield. One on, one out to Eddie Rosario. Off the plate, back to Hill, and out at first base on a close play.
Nice job staying under control. Hill's a good athlete. He came, got it, didn't panic. Nice to have a left-handed first baseman on this play here for sure. He's able to make the play with no problem. Rosario, speedy runner.
Runner at second for Polanco.
Jorge Polanco, so far since he's returned from his suspension, he's hit .533 coming into the game with runners in scoring position. Wow. Trying to slow him down. Ouch, that will. That clipped his toe. Let's see where it got him. On top top of the foot.
So you pitch him down and in again, right?
Try same spot. That's part of the game there that nobody misses. That hurts.
One and two. We were talking about the Twins as a team with runners in scoring position. Third best in the American League. Second best in the majors with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Jammed him. Herrera in time, so Tim Hill comes out of the pen, and the Royals are down by 1 with 6 outs to go on offense. They'll see Taylor Rogers in the 8th.
Sports Kansas City at the Kansas City Marathon on Saturday, October 20th. Distance options include a 5K, 10K, and half and full marathons. All runners receive a shirt and finisher's medal, along with free food and free beer after the race. Start your training and get registered at kcmarathon.org.
The Chicago Cubs will help the Royals kick off a 10-game homestand tomorrow night. Cole Hamels, just acquired by the Cubs, and Mike Montgomery, who's from the Royals farm system. Jose Quintana, we saw a lot of him when he was with the White Sox. The Royals will not see Yu Darvish, who signed a 6-year deal with the Cubs during the offseason. He's on the disabled list with right triceps tendonitis. He's made 8 starts. But the Cubs are still 3rd in the National League in ERA.
3 lefties coming in. You ready? Speaking of lefties, here's one here. Taylor Rogers. 48th game.
(2-0) on Herrera. He is 1 for 3. He'll be followed by Brett Phillips and Jorge Bonifacio.
Yep, he's got a nice arm. 6'3", 190, 27. Fastball, 2 speeds of the curve change.
Sano over at third base now, throws in the dirt, and Morrison can't pull it out.
That's a break. How to make it on the run. Sometimes it's going to be short. You rely on a pick. That's a shorthand pick, not a long pick. Couldn't glove it. See if they can make it hurt.
It's an error on Sano. So Morrison goes in at first. Sano goes from first to third. Rosario goes from left to right. And Adrianza goes from third to left. Rogers got that in on Phillips' hands. There's Adrianza moving to the outfield.
Phillips didn't look real comfortable there, especially in that location. That ball's up and in on you. Watch your fingers. Has one career sacrifice bunt.
Brett is 0 for 3 today. 2 at-bats against Santana, 1 at-bat against Moya. 0-2. Breaking ball, got him looking.
Taylor Rogers has 2 different speeds to his curve. One's a tight one like that one, and another one he takes a lot of velocity off and makes it a bigger looping curve. Effective weapon, especially against left-handed batters. 3rd strikeout for Phillips.
All right. Here's a guy who is due. Jorge Bonifacio. He is 0 for 3 today. He has not had an RBI in his previous 13 games. And his batting average has dropped over 100 points in his last 13 games.
Yeah, it's hard to understand. He's a little bit aggressive, swinging at some bad pitches during this time. But you're right, he's due. Tough place to be in. You get over anxious, then you sit a couple games. You know, it's hard to get your timing down. You fall into a rut like that, especially with all the competition that's here, with Goodwin coming back, you know, off of his injury pretty soon. It's going to create a lot of logjam, and sometimes you press when you're in that situation. I mean, he would have had a hit if he wouldn't have smoked that last line drive last time up right to the 3rd baseman. It's a little bit of luck involved there.
It has been Bonifacio and Adrianza all day. Bonifacio is fouled out to Adrianza. He is popped out to Adrianza, and he is lined to Adrianza, who has moved from 3rd base to left field. A little better swing, 1-2.
Maybe he can get a mistake and hit it over Adrianza's head out there and left. Be nice. Ball carries good to both pull sides. Oh.
Fortunately for the Twins, that was called foul because Sano whiffed on it.
And Herrera probably would have scored. Oh, tough break.
The inning began with an error by Sano on a ground ball by Herrera. Then Rogers struck out Phillips, and it's 1-2 on Bonifacio. Little bit high, 2-2.
That's been a problem pitch for Bonifacio. They've all been staying up there, and he's been offering at it and not having any luck. So he's disciplining himself to lay off of it. Good idea to bring him down.
Royals made it a 1-run game on Merrifield's 2-run home run in the 7th inning. Last year, the Twins dominated the Royals in the later innings. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Minnesota won the season series last year 11-8. And in the 7th inning or later, they outscored the Royals 41-20. And now this year, the Royals have outscored Minnesota in the 7th inning or later. And they lead the season series this year. Bonifacio's down on strikes, so he got a pitch that he could do something with after working a full count, but Rogers strikes him out. And now another lefty-lefty matchup coming up.
Folks, MLB.tv is now available at a lower price for $59.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game, plus get a free subscription to MLB At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv to take advantage of this special offer.
And now Dozier will bat for O'Hearn to break up the lefty-lefty, and Paul Molitor was anticipating that. And he has Trevor May, a right-hander, ready to go in his bullpen. Just his 3rd start today. He gave up 3 runs in 4 1/3 innings, and our Pizza Ranch for the win line. So he did not pitch deep enough into the game to qualify for a win. It's been a busy day for the bullpen, with Santana going fewer than 5 innings. Gabriel Moya, an inning and 2/3. Trevor Hildenberger, 1 inning. Taylor Rogers, 2/3 of an inning. And now Trevor May comes on to get pinch hitter Hunter Dozier, with Herrera at first base and 2 down.
Okay, May's he's a power pitcher. Look for that heater. He's a big guy, 6'5", 240. 92 to 97 with that fastball, power curve. Look for the heater. That's it. You're pinch hitting, best thing you do is swing at that first pitch, get you in the game.
Dozier is hitting .209, but he's hit safely in his last 5, tying his career high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just found out that Robbie Grossman came out with a strained hamstring. That's why Logan Morrison ran for him last half inning.
You know, former Royal great Hal McRae, one of my favorite hitting coaches. Any chance I get a chance to talk about him, I want to. He was so good. I had him in 2 teams, the Phillies and the Expos. He said to swing at that first pitch and get you in the game, and that one might drop.
It will.
Beautiful.
And Herrera goes to third.
That is a knock. All the way around. Not a bright sky here, but very difficult. Turned him around like a top. Morrison couldn't find it. Look at him. He's turning one way. He's going to turn the other way. Next thing you know, he's saying, whoop, there it is. Base hit. Pinch hit.
Second baseman need to run over there and take charge.
You would
That's
think.
a much easier play for him, isn't it?
You would think, and Forsythe wasn't sure how far to pull he was playing Dozier, but it's working. Nobody out, first and third. Got to come away with a run here. Oh, excuse me, 2 outs. Find a way, anyway.
The inning began with an error, then 2 strikeouts. Now the bloop hit. Escobar has 2 hits and 2 runs scored today. Hard slider away.
You know, Sano can field a bunt. We saw him. He it was either yesterday or in game 1. He made a heck of a play on a bunt that Escobar tried. 1 strike, it's still possible here. He could find a breaking ball, put one down the line. Sano's back.
Oh, 2. And Escobar hasn't swung at a strike yet. It's just the 3rd appearance for May at the big league level this year, coming back from Tommy John surgery. There goes Dozier, and now the go-ahead run is in scoring position.
One and 2 count. Guy throws hard. Got a pretty good breaking ball. Shorten up. Control the bat. Find a hole.
Fastball got him. So Twins bullpen ends up striking out the side. Bottom of the 8th. Minnesota leads by 1. is brought to you by Ford. Going further so you can. It's the mighty miss. But
okay, I was just checking. 6-5 here. Royals had an opportunity, didn't happen. But folks, do you have a classic car you'd like to show off at the K? Join us for the 9th annual Classic Car Show on Sunday, August 26th. Registration includes 2 game tickets, a commemorative t-shirt, and dash plaque, along with entry into the competition. Winners will have an opportunity to drive their car inside the stadium prior to the game. For more info and to register online, visit royals.com/carshow. I'd like to see you and your car. Take some pictures.
Kevin McCarthy try to hold this at a 1-run deficit against Sano, Forsythe, and Kepler. He's the 3rd Royals pitcher today.
Sinker down. Sinker, slider, change, curve.
Two and one. Three balls, 1 strike. That might have been a mad pitch after not getting the call before.
That was a good pitch before. Borderline pitches. Travel day, you thought that'd been called. No time for anger. Get him out of there. Come back and win. There you go.
He went around. Now, that pitch we're talking about, which was borderline at the top of that strike zone, and you could say, well, okay, maybe it was a little bit high. But that's a big man at the plate. Look where that top line is. That's right at Sano's belt.
It's absolutely right there.
So even if it was a little bit high, I mean, it's a hittable pitch. And now he's on to begin the bottom of the 8th inning. So the Royals have been able to keep him in the ballpark, but he has 2 ground ball singles to center. And Minnesota leading by 1 as their leadoff man on.
Yep, right down the middle. And that's okay. It's going to get hit just eluded Esky.
Back in the 2nd inning, Sano led off with a single, and then Forsythe singled, and they both came around to score. Now they're trying to jumpstart the Twins in the 8th. McCarthy throws strike 1. Lucas Duda hit a 2-run home run in the 1st inning. The Royals had the early lead, and then Jake Cave hit a grand slam in the 2nd. The Twins added 2 more in the 4th. They had a 6-2 lead, and now the Royals have made it 6-5. Alex Gordon had an RBI in the 5th, and Whit Merrifield hit a 2-run home run in the 7th. And it'll be Merrifield leading off the 9th against Fernando Rodney. Merrifield, Gordon, and Perez. Base at right field. Almost identical. And now bobbled by Bonifacio, but Sano holds. 2nd inning, ground ball base hit into center. Line drive right. In the 8th inning, ground ball center field. Line drive right.
Yep, he knows how to handle that ball in the middle. McCarthy just elevated a little bit too much in the zone. Those are down a couple more inches. They might have it out or a double play written on it.
Kepler swung the bat well lately. I would imagine he would not be asked to bunt. He does not have a sacrifice bunt this year. He is 2 for 3 today with a double and a run scored.
Way he's swinging the bat. Swing it.
Outside, ball 1.
Kepler, he's grounded into 8, make it 9.
Two balls, no strikes.
Two and 0. Kepler wants to hit. This is a good hitter's count. McCarthy can make the pitch down below the knees. He can put him in the lane.
3-0.
Just a little bit too low.
And now Willie Peralta begins to throw catch in the Royals bullpen. Three balls, one strike. Peralta hasn't pitched in a while. He last appeared on Tuesday. Three and two.
That's it. That's right there. Repeat it.
Bases loaded, nobody out. So a ground ball base hit, a line drive base hit, and now a walk. And here comes pitching coach Cal Eldred. And now Peralta's no longer playing catch. He's getting ready to come into the game. Today's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club. Cal's taking all the time he can get. Plate umpire Bill Miller goes out there to break it up.
Okay, this late in the game, there's only one play. That's to get the run at home. Cut him down. Nobody out. Infield's going to be in. McCarthy's a ground ball pitcher. Maybe he can entice Garver to hit one right to somebody. If you're Garver, you're looking up to get something airborne.
Good spot, 0-1. Had a play, no balls, two strikes. Minnesota desperately wants to give Fernando Rodney some more breathing room. Minnesota has the worst save percentage in the American League. One ball, two strikes. They have the worst record in one-run games in the major leagues. So they've seen games like this slip away. And McCarthy, on the other hand, is trying to bail himself out from the bases loaded, nobody out. Garver with a defensive swing stays alive. Tough to win today when you have the second most blown saves in the major leagues and you're losing that many one-run games.
Sure is. First things first, McCarthy right here has got to get an out. There it is.
Escobar backhands. They get the out at the plate and a double play. 6-2-3.
I'll tell you what, McCarthy, he sure does take direction well. Cal Eldred went out there and said, hey, look, come on. Pull a Houdini, pull a rabbit out of the hat here. Look at that two-hopper to Escobar. Sets his feet over to Salvi, who set his and used his arm. 2 quick outs. That's right. It's a way to bounce back.
So it won't be a save for Willie Peralta, but he's going to try and save the inning. And he'll get Adrianza with runners at second and third and 2 down.
Twins up by 1 here. Nail biter here at bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Here it is, McCarthy. Actually, there was nobody out. They were all loaded up. He needed this in the worst way. Excellent job by Escobar to set his feet, give Salvador Perez a good throw at McCarthy. He's pumped.
And now Peralta, who hasn't pitched since Tuesday in Chicago, and we'll get Adrianza.
Peralta's got some good stuff. Opponents aren't doing a lot on him in his now 16th game. Fastball mid-90s to a little bit higher, and overhand curve change.
Bunting. And Salvi's on it, throws in time. A great play by Salvador Perez. He had the option of perhaps seeing if that ball would spin foul, but he didn't want to take that risk and makes a Gold Glove play.
When you're as athletic as he is, take the out. Nicely done.
Up on Boulevard Royals Live. Joel Goldberg, Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery. A very rare bump on the road for Danny Duffy as he had a tough one. We'll talk about that. And everyone ready to get back home to Kauffman Stadium. A preview of a long homestand. That, Ned Yost, and more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Ryan?
All right, Joel. Here's Fernando Rodney. And boy, did they bring him in with some fanfare.
They got the lights.
This is his first year with Minnesota, and boy, they bring him in like he's the greatest closer in the history of the Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah, not quite.
And he milks it, by the way.
Yeah, he loves it.
No pun intended.
Yeah, not quite like Sandman. And
Yeah, but that was just a song.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he just came jogging
No,
in.
no.
I mean,
But there was something behind that. But this here is okay. If it's for the fans, it's good.
off of Sano's glove. He committed an error last inning and then whiffed on what was just barely a foul ball, and now a line drive off of his glove.
That's four hit win. Stay
Yep.
hot. Looking for the first heater. That's a good idea. Fastball changeup. He's got an excellent. He's got a little slider he'll mix in, but he's known for that changeup. Whitley was on the first one.
Second time in his career he's had 4 or more hits in a game. And while Rodney and the crowd might be charged up by his entrance, the Royals should be pretty charged up by their defense in the bottom of the 8th inning.
And that's momentum. Royals, those plays there, the double play and the Salvi spectacular play, going into that dugout saying, come on, fellas, we're one down. Whitley's on. Alex looking for his 3rd hit.
Still have to respect that changeup. Rodney saved the game on Friday night right before 1 a.m. and he retired all 3, getting a strikeout with that changeup. He also got several swings and misses. Alex has tremendous numbers against Rodney in the past.
A little surprised Rodney even threw over to first base, but he knows Whitley's a stolen base threat for sure. Most closers, they don't care about the runner. They believe in their stuff. They're going to get the hitter.
There goes Witt. Pitches up and away, and the throw is on the money. So Garver, that'll make him feel better. He's the one that grounded into the double play with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Well, it looked like it was a decent takeoff, but this throw, you can't beat it. It's right on the money. It's perfect. Credit Garver, not Whitley. Nothing wrong with what he did.
So 1 out, nobody on, and now the Twins get a lift with their defense. 2 balls, 1 strike. Three and 1. He's going to get a fastball. Full count.
Still has that mid-90s. Been at it a long time.
41 years old.
Yeah.
And he has 300 saves in his career. Two down. And he has as many as 48 saves in a season. He's done that twice.
He has the 2 pitches to do it. It's all a closer really needs.
And taking nothing away from 95. I mean, even today, that's still good velocity, but that swing by Alex was with the changeup in the back of his head.
Yep,
I
certainly
mean, you
was.
can't just unload against Rodney when you think it's a fastball. And now he runs it up to 97. So he's pitching just like his entrance song. And now it's 0-2, 97 again. Rodney came into this year with exactly 300 saves. And now he's 1 strike away from his 24th this year. And the Royals are still breathing. Salvi got on top of a high fastball and rolls it into left center field. Ed Yost has Mondesi on his bench. He also has Drew Butera on the bench, so Mondesi can run for Salvi. And if the Royals can tie it or take the lead, Butera's back at the plate in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, that's a high heater. That's 3-4 inches above the belt. He stayed right on top of it, keeping him alive.
And look at the left side.
That's 5 outfielders.
Essentially. Man, do you try and bunt 2 times?
Duda, the way he can turn a fastball around, love to see him get the lead here with 1 swing. That's what they're counting on too. They're saying he's going to try to pull him out of the park. Saw it. Didn't have to pull him. Home run in the 1st inning. Went to left center, deepest part of the yard.
Two 2-0. Which begs the question, how much does what the Twins are doing on defense right now really have to do with defending Duda, and how much of it is a design for him to be thinking, what in the world? What do I do here?
Yeah, little bit of both, but the outfielders are so deep. If KC hits the gap, they'll keep Mondesi from scoring. So they already have their backs against the wall there. But there's the changeup. You know, how about if Mondesi just takes off, steals second, and just keeps going to 3rd base here? There's not anybody over there.
I imagine Garver will make his way to 3rd after he throws down there. There goes Mondesi.
And keep going. Just go and beat him. All right. Had Mondesi slid and went right away, he would have beat him. And watch this now. He gets a great jump. Now he slides, and if he takes off, look at Carver still down there.
Well, you know, you and I have always talked about it doesn't take much to just peek in on your way, and if he peeks in, he sees that Garver's not going to throw. He doesn't have to slide.
That's right.
He just keeps running.
I agree. There's 2 outs though. I think he's figured to play it safe. I'm in scoring position. I'll score on any single. We'll tie it up.
3-1. 3-2. There goes Mondesi, and Duda takes outside for ball 4. So the first caught stealing is a huge item for the Twins, because It gives them an out. It takes another runner away. Otherwise, the Royals could be looking at the bases loaded, 1 out. So Rodney was 1 strike away. He had Salvador Perez down 0-2. Salvi singled. Mondesi runs for him and ends up at third after a couple of stolen bases due to walks, and now Rosell Herrera. High changeup.
You can almost go up there and sit on the changeup, but hitters like the hard fastball. They'd rather hit that.
Back-to-back changeups. And again, Rodney has reduced the game to 1 strike. 25,390 at one point. We're here today. And Herrera takes in the dirt. Duda moves up to second base. So the Royals have stolen 3 in the inning. Mondesi second and third, and now Duda up to second base.
That's his first of the year.
So a base hit could give the Royals a lead.
Got to be well placed, but Rosie can do it.
Off the fist, Sano throws, and this time he makes the play. And Jake Cave getting ready for the Twins post-game celebration. He had the big hit, a grand slam against Danny Duffy with 2 outs in the second inning as the number 9 hitter. 2 weeks after the Royals swept the Twins in Kansas City, the Twins sweep the Royals in Minneapolis. We'll be back.